Hello, this is Manish Patel from the EIA Capital Group. Today is September 14, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the futures market. As normal, this is our disclaimer to state this is for education use only. All charts that you're going to see are from Thinkorswim, from TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details. You can follow us at mpatel@eiacapital.com. Oh, sorry, you can email me there, or you can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading, or you could access our website for our free videos, and also now our heat map and scanner here at Ichimoku Trade. Okay, so let's go through and start looking at futures. Remember, on the left hand side basically we got the weekly time frame. On the right hand side basically you got the daily time frame. The very first future we're going to look at is cocoa futures. If you look at it, we're right at the bottom of the range right now, which is at 28.26. So it's got to be key interesting to see exactly what happens there. And you can see from the daily time frame it kind of broken through the little support here, but really not confirmed at all right now. So we got to see a follow through there, but if it does go through, then the cocoa futures can sit there and start going lower to start retesting lows at 2600. So this is a good bearish opportunity to start looking at on intraday time frames or daily time frames completely. Resistance level is basically going to be 2967. So I definitely look at cocoa futures moving forward. Crude oil. Crude oil is being the weirdest one here. If you look at the crude oil, just ignore my lines right now. It's basically sitting there just hanging around. 80 is basically a major support level there, and we're right at about 90.74 is a minor resistance level, and the major resistance level is going to be basically 95. So kind of hanging around the minor support resistance level of 90.74, kind of flirting around right around there. And if you look at the daily time frame, it looks like it's trying to go bullish and break that 90.74 level to try to get to 95. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but I definitely probably would stick to being bullish towards crude oil right now moving forward. Okay. Let's see, cotton. If you look at cotton, had a huge move down here in the weekly time frame. As we talked about, it's oversold. It really needs to pull back up, and that's kind of what it's doing right now. Resistance level, major resistance level is going to be around 146. Support level is going to be basically 104. So got a little ways to move up, but it's starting to pull back, but definitely keep on looking for bearish trades, not bullish trades. If you're a counter trend player, then you could sit there and start going bullish on this intraday time frames. US dollar index, you could see the huge movement up on the US dollar index here on a weekly time frame. Really means nothing at all because this thing is just ranging, okay, at all. So if you look at that on a weekly time frame, on a daily time frame, you had a big push out of the cloud. It's way overbought. It needs a pullback level right now, and then it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So the pullback levels around 76.24 is the first minor one. The major one's around 75.90. Okay. Let's see, we did there. Come back to gold. Let's look at feeder cattle. Feeder cattle here is basically held as support at 132.67, and it's made a move upwards. If you look at the daily time frame, it's in the cloud, so basically means it's just consolidating. So nothing really going on at all in this. 138 basically is a major resistance level, and 132.67 is major support level. So nothing really going on until it breaks those two levels. Lean hogs, we're not even going to talk about this because look at this big gap down. That's nasty. It's not even worth talking about it. Resistance level is basically 95.27, and support level is basically around 84 if you're interested in trading these big gaps, but that's not really how you make money with those big gaps. Copper, everyone loves talking about copper. I don't know why. If you look at a weekly time frame, it's just ranging. 3.8 is basically support level there, and 4.0 is basically resistance level. If you look at the daily time frame, it basically looked like it was bearish, now formed a double bottom here. Really is not confirmed a double bottom or anything at this point right now, so we just gotta wait and be patient, but we are at the bottom of the range around 3.8, so just be patient and see what happens in regards to that. Heating oil, we're just going sideways as far as the weekly is concerned. The daily, if you look at the daily, we're basically at the bottom of the range, which is 2.8968. If we break that, then we do have a potential of going lower down to 2.7. On the resistance side, we're basically, resistance is at 3.0827. Okay? Coffee, Look at coffee, really going nothing going on as far as the weekly is concerned. The daily right now looks like it had a big push up. We're basically got overbought. We're doing a pullback right now. Major support level is going to be around 261.73, and minor resistance level is going to be around 277. Lumber. If you look at lumber, really doing nothing at all except ranging on a long-term basis between 217 and 323. So nothing really going on as far as that's concerned on the weekly. On the daily, basically had a push up. We've refilled the gap now. Support level is going to be around 247. Resistance is going to be 280 as far as the daily time frame is concerned. Live cattle. If you look at live cattle, this looks like a good one here. We're getting at the top of the range right now. If we could sit there and break the top of the range, then we're going to start a trend on both the daily and weekly. So this is definitely one to start looking for, which is where if it could break the 121 level, this is going to be a good one moving up. Okay, natural gas. If you look at natural gas, doing nothing at all right now. We basically are at the bottom of the support level, which is at 3.79. Resistance level is basically going to be at 4.129. So we're just basically consolidating between those two levels right now as far as the daily is concerned, and so for the weekly. Okay. Frozen crunch trade orange juice. We're doing nothing right now except consolidating. If you look at it, we're at the bottom of the range at 159.80, and it looks like we just bounced off that, and we may go higher. Resistance level is going to be basically at 180, so nothing really going on until we break one of these two levels. Palladium, just consolidating. We're at the bottom of the range, which was around support of 700. Minor resistance level is going to be around 748. Platinum. If you look at platinum, just going sideways like most of the metals that we'll cover in a minute. We're at a daily support right now and also weekly support of 1800, and resistance level is going to be 1850. So nothing really going on towards the platinum either. Let's see, we've already covered sweet oil, gasoline. Gasoline looks like it's trickling downwards as far as the weekly is concerned. 2.6. This right here, 2.6 is basically a major support level, and 3.00 is a major resistance level as far as a weekly is concerned. If you look at the daily time frame here, really nothing going on until we break this 2.68 level here, and then 2.818 on as far as the daily is concerned. Sugar. Sugar right now is a little more towards the bullish side. We're kind of just consolidating, but we're getting very close to the top of the range right now at 31.76. So if I would definitely look for sugar to break that level at 31.76. If it does, it's going to start a long-term trend. So definitely look for that now moving forward for sugar going forward. Okay, silver we'll come back to in a minute. Let's go to cover mini gold. If you look at mini gold, big long trend. You've been in this for pretty much a year now. If you've been trading Ichimoku Wave for gold, and you're still in this thing because it hasn't even sat there and pulled back majorly at all. On a daily time frame, we're kind of getting to the minor support here, which is a Kijun-sen, which is at 1813. We're kind of flirting around that level. A minor resistance level is around 1860. Okay, silver. Kind of just sitting there hanging around, not doing anything at all. We're just kind of at a major support level right now, which is around 40, and resistance level, a minor resistance level is going to be around 41.61. 30-year Treasury bonds, you can see a big movement up, which is good. And if you look at it, if you just shrink it down, that basically is at a major resistance level at 141.127. So we're at a major resistance level now on the 30-year Treasury bonds, and you can see that from the daily time frame where it's kind of going lopsided. If you're a counter trend day trader, I'll definitely look at shorting opportunities for this moving forward. Okay, corn. If you look at corn, just going sideways right now. It is a little more to the bullish side. If you look at the daily time frame, we had a huge movement up. We pulled back. It's do or die now for corn. We're right at a major support level there. A minor resistance level is going to be at 742. So if we break 742, we can resume that trend to the top side. 5-year Treasury bonds. I'll shrink this guy down, and you can see it's not a resistance level now, so it looks like a good trend moving forward here, but we gotta just wait and see. If you look at the daily time frame, this thing is just telling me we're going to basically consolidate unless we could break this 123,120 level. Support level is basically going to be around 121,130. Okay, soybean oils, which is consolidating, going back and forth. We basically got to the top of the range, bounced off that. So if we break the 59 level, we're going to sit there and probably start a trend to the top side. Support level is going to be around 55.93. 10-year treasury bonds, basically we are trending as far as the weekly is concerned. The daily, now we're kind of showing that we're top-sided and maybe in time for a correction. So right now the support level is 129,127. Oats is just going back and forth, nothing going on as far as this is concerned. However, it is leaning towards the bearish side, so if it could sit there and break about 335, then this thing does have a possibility of going lower. Soybean oil, if you look at it, we got to the top of the range, kind of faked a little breakout here, and then when it started going down, so we're basically pulling back. If we break below 1370, then the trend is going to be over. If we break above 1460, which is basically resistance level, then we're going to start a major trend to the top side. 2-year treasury notes, same thing. Weekly is trending, daily now is getting top heavy here, so we got to break the minor support and resistance levels going forward. Wheat, nothing going on in wheat at all. We went and tested 800, bounced off that, went down, we broke the support level of 724, and we're now trying to get back to about 660, which basically means we're just ranging, so nothing really going on there. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoy it. Speak to you.